Hello. Tonight we're going to talk about the body, which is the outer layer of the mind, or we can say the sixth layer of the mind. And then next week I'm going to start to cover the 5 layers of the mind. But today is the body, the outer layer of the mind. To completely understand the phrase Christ consciousness that I use as a Christian, or cosmic consciousness used as a non-Christian, we have to look at the image we call man. We have to ask ourselves, who and what are we? Are we this body that gets sick? These questions can't be answered by our physical appearance, our vocation, or our bank account. Because to answer these questions, we have to go beyond the acquiring and spending in life. We have to raise our mind higher than our personality and physical body and concentrate on who we really are. The body is the outer layer of our mind and is not an impediment to our spiritual liberation, but can be an instrument to attain it. Our body is the temple which our soul mind resides, so it should be appreciated, respected, and cared for. To do this, we need to exert some control over our body as humans and try not to be controlled by our cravings, senses, and organs like the animals. Imagine a wagon drawn by 10 horses, which are the senses, organs, and the systems that make up the body. The horses go wherever they want, but sitting in the wagon, we never get to our destination unless we pick up the reins with our mind and get control of the animals within. Our desires are the horses, and the driver that holds the reins is the mind. So we can give direction to the horses. The occupant in the wagon, sitting next to the driver, is the soul, our link to pure consciousness and the highest form of freedom, because it spiritually feeds and is aware of the body, but many are unaware of it. Our body depends on the soul for life. All dead bodies of the world are chemically identical. But while we are living, each one of us has a different personality. The Bible says that man shall not live by bread alone, which tells us that it takes more than food and a pill to make us happy and healthy. Dead bodies are all the same, but our minds make living individuals different, so we are justified to look to science for help. But it doesn't supply all the answers. Without positive thoughts and feelings, science can't heal, because if we look at the word disease, it is dis-ease or not at ease. A healthy body is in harmony, at ease, and this harmony implies a hierarchy of component parts. The constituent parts are a trinity of 3 major parts of our human nature: the body physical, the mind mental, and our soul spiritual. The hierarchy is: the body is subject to the mind is subject to the soul, because our soul communes with the all-pervading consciousness in nature. The whole of man, following this chain of command, is made, as the Bible says, in the image and likeness of God, with different dimensions in one pure ocean of consciousness. The health or condition of our body affects the mind and doesn't affect our soul. So if we identify with the highest part, we have the confidence and the self-esteem to do anything, no matter the health or body type that we have. Ralph Emerson said, "We find delight in the beauty and happiness of children that makes the heart too big for the body." We determine our destiny with independence. We don't have to stay in harmony or seek it, and we can seek support from other means instead of the divine source. Genesis 6:3 says, "My spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he is also is flesh. We all want to enjoy the material world, but our body is temporary and is dying the moment we are born. So if we want to enjoy it, we need to get in touch with the soul, which is eternal. Our unhappiness is not due to the lack of material advancement, but the lack of spiritual advancement. Throwing bombs at our enemy is no different than throwing spears. So improvement in killing is not advancement. That is why the highest advancement teaches love. It is the development of love and the unfoldment of our spiritual consciousness that brings joy. For happiness, it is necessary to realize we are not body parts, but in a state of consciousness, appearing to others in a physical form. We cannot see love or consciousness, but we exist as the consciousness of the soul, and so our purpose is to become aware of this reality. When we wake up from materialism, we realize that we are not the body, but that the body is inside us. And the same with the mind. We realize we are not our mind, that it is inside us too, inside the consciousness. Being the pure consciousness of our soul is not connected with our religion or beliefs, because it is about being a state of consciousness. So there is nothing to worry about. Mahatma Gandhi said, "There is nothing that wastes the body like worry, and one who has any faith in God should be ashamed to worry about anything whatsoever." Materialism makes us twist our stomachs into anxious knots over what is going to happen in the future, giving our mind ADHD. So the balm, the relief and comfort is the soul. In America, people turn to drugs and alcohol, which is a failure of religion to give people a spiritual experience. We have forgotten the transformative power of the soul by changing our identity from the body and mind to the consciousness of spirit. Being addicted to our patterns of thinking, our thoughts of hate and dislike repeat in a loop. So we need to upgrade our operating system by unplugging the mind and body in contemplation, mindfulness, meditation, which improves and renovates our connections between the body, mind, and spirit, and everything around us, as it is the setup that helps us understand our difficulties. The connection with our higher self, the soul, is a connection that is saturated with love, kindness, and wisdom. So there is no room for fear and judgment. It is the highest form of freedom, because thoughts, opinions, and beliefs can't put a gun to our head and restrict us. The soul allows us to be the person we are meant to be, regardless of what others say, as it reboots our system and restores happiness. Immature religion does not fix the errors in our system and programs fear into us by promoting God as a persecutor, policeman, and judge who says we are guilty. Mindfulness presents God in the present moment, in the ocean, sunset, and starry night, as it programs us for happiness and to see bliss in everything. It reprograms the brain for advancement, discovery, and new ideas in a deeper experience where God meets us wherever we are. The program is called humility, because we learn to accept what is before us, regardless of what happens. This is the truth, and the truth sets us free. Then in peace, we either accept the situation or do something to recover and to get back in harmony with the universe by changing it. Since health is a state of harmony between the body, mind, and soul, the key is to live in the present moment, truthfully. Our bodies are wise and will show us the truth, so we need to listen to it and take care of it, because that is where we live, on the physical plane. Smiling at someone and receiving a smile back in return is a spiritual practice that shows us that it is possible to live blissfully in the present. Amit Ray says, "Be brave, be free from philosophies, prophets, and holy lies. Go deep into your feelings and explore the mystery of your body, mind, and soul. You will find the truth." The body is our instrument that works with nature and the mind to express emotions. So if we allow the natural world to flow through us, we will have health and beauty in our body. Psychology has demonstrated that mental disturbances generate disruptions in the body. Therefore, if we want our body to be healthy, which is beauty, we must possess peace and composure, which is grace and happiness. Nature vibrates at a constant frequency of where everything on earth, including animals, plants and water, emit and receive energy that operates at a specific frequency. I think it's 7.8 hertz. Biofeedback detects imbalances through electromagnetic fields that find unhealthy tissues pulse differently than the patient's baseline norm. Electromagnetic patterns store information. Therefore, the electromagnetic patterns of Earth act like a tuning fork where nature activates a vibration that we resonate with to feel harmony and relaxation. Science validates that the energy of love upgrades our biochemistry and well-being on many levels, our brain, body, and even our DNA. Love is a state of being, a consciousness that alters our behavior, attitudes, and actions, so we are more open, compassionate, relaxed, and kind to what life presents to us. When we worry, trying to make the right decision, we go through chaos, disease, not at ease, a pattern not in harmony. Chinese medicine uses energy meridians to alter our patterns, our rhythms, to balance delicate frequencies. While in the West, we do the same thing, but we use pharmaceuticals. Spirituality removes the blocks, the walls, the thoughts that we erect that deny the infinite experience. And when they disappear, we feel one with the air, plants, animals, the sky, and the world. The world doesn't speak English or any language as it speaks frequencies, and we are aware we have the ability to project our consciousness and change the vibrations. We are an electromagnetic being, a quantum experience that our mind starts with vibrations and emotions and our body amplifies with action. To vibrate at an elevated frequency, we tune in to our consciousness, the highest frequency possible, and like a tuning fork, our human biofield responds. Our soul helps us to vibrate at this higher level, where we tune in to the unity of everything, vibrating together in universe, one verse, where we not only know everything is one, but experience it. Jesus said, "I and the Father are one." Thank you. So next week we'll do the 5 layers of the mind.